any prettier. So,
Yeah, man. Well, happy Monday night. I saw Michael Stingle out there. That is Chthonic Musings. How are you, Michael? Watched some of your videos recently, and we are going to be getting started on a Shadowdark adventure really, really soon. So who else drifted in here? Let's see. Well, they're all on my channel. All right. Well, hey, folks, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, I got one like already.
Yeah. Let's see. Do I
me.
have the chat up?
Let me pull my little moderator cheat sheet up.
Knew it.
What?
All right. So we're just going to be honest with you here and shoot straight. Here's the deal. Got a couple of our regular players who could not make it tonight. One of them we knew about yesterday, and then one had a problem this afternoon. So we're going to show you what's coming next week because I wasn't familiar with this. Oh, God, I got to change the background on every screen, really?
Yes, you do. But that's okay. Just run with it for now.
Not doing it. I guess I will. Oh, my gosh. Look how much more beautiful that is.
We're all sitting in around the couches. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what we're going to play, but we're not going to be able to start tonight because we're down to 3. Although the big news is, besides Jeff, Death Angel Shadow, who's with me here tonight, we have one of the OGs of this Monday night group, one of the originals, one of the foundations of the hobby, knew Gary Gygax. He went to college with Bill Arneson and all those guys. I think he was in the same frat as Mike Merles or something. I'm not sure.
Really?
You hear things. You hear things on the internet. It's got to be true.
Yeah.
So, but
hey, I'd love to have him on my show.
Yeah. No, but I actually don't know any of those people, and most of them are dead that I mentioned, except for Merle. But Vance Atkins is back with us. So, big round of applause. Welcome back, Vance.
Yeah, thanks. I will promise not to read ahead.
Oh, you've got it too.
Yeah, I was actually going to run an open table at my at some of my pickup games. So I'll do the thing of like Professor reading, stay a week behind or a week ahead or something of the rest of the group.
Yeah, that's always fun, but to be honest with you, there's a couple of these. Like I think I played the Scarlet Minotaur, the Scarlet Citadel, or the Golden Minotaur. I can never remember the name. It's
Scarlet Minotaur, I think.
But the quick start, one for Shadow at least twice, and each time I couldn't remember it or remember what it was, other than there was a big Minotaur running around on a timer of some sort. I think most people kind of forget, unless you just played it or just ran it yourself. But Jeff said he hasn't GM'd in a while and hadn't GM'd Shadowdark, right? This is kind of the first time around.
Yep, I'm new to Shadowdark.
I mean, you couldn't start again or couldn't get into a more perfect game for the GM. Vance runs games. Vance will hopefully back me up on this, but it's easy and clean enough and simple enough, and you've certainly played a lot of it. So at least I think you have. So it'll be easy.
Played Shadowrim.
Shadowrim, yeah. I guess not. I guess you haven't played a ton of it.
You played something with Shadow in the name. You're fine.
There's some Shadow something.
But, yeah, I played because I was debating about Castles and Crusades or something like that. I've got a bunch of stuff from C&C. I love those guys. Actually, the two when the whole OGL thing happened, and I decided that's it. I'm done with WotC. I'm canceling my Master Tier sub, and all that stuff. I started hunting other stuff. I jumped in the Kickstarter for Shadowdark, and I picked up. I think they were running. I think they were running the.
But that's fine.
The Reforged set, or they were getting ready to, and so I've got that. But I actually have the other ones too, the non-Reforged books. I got the bundle of Castles and Crusades. So. Yeah, I got both of those.
It was interesting hearing you guys talk about it on your show last night with Sci-Fi Snob and Cam, and your guest was Flint Fireforge.
Well, that was with Cam and me, and then we
Or
had
just you and Cam.
yeah, and then we got the party was crashed by Culture Casino, which is kind
Yeah,
of
he jumped on and
yeah,
but
about an hour or so.
it was cool listening to you guys talk about Castles and Crusades. Vance, have you ever played it?
I have it, and I've seen enough other adventure, other streams with it
Yeah.
run, and I think it's a good. I think it's a good engine as well, and I like some of the. I definitely like some of the mechanics of it, but I haven't had the opportunity to play it. It's kind of on, along with everything else on my bookshelf, on the to play list.
Yeah, I was at North Texas last year and I did one of the auction deals, the silent auctions, and I wound up winning it. And it was like I guess the original box set, like the little white box with the 3 books in it for Castles and Crusades. And it had the original dice still in the little, Ziploc bag and all that stuff. So, and then I got some of the big playbooks, but I think it's like 2 editions ago or something now. Somebody told me one time, I guess I could open up and look, but I may wind up putting them back up to the silent auction again at North Texas this next year. I just haven't gotten around to it, but I certainly would play it if somebody else was running it.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah, Dave, I've got a whole batch of them I picked up at a game swap, for cheap. So I assume they're just like a first, one of the earlier editions. But I'm sure.
So just to let everybody, if you're just tuning in here, Bacon had to Better with Bacon had to pass on this game last night and let us know. And it's like, okay, well, we'll be okay with one. You can join us the next week. And then Lord Mattias had a problem with work this afternoon. So we're probably not going to start the campaign until next Monday now, but Vance will be back and he's going to play with us. So the players will be Bacon and Matt and Vance and myself. Maybe we'll pick up a 5th along the way. Who knows? And then Jeff's going to run it. So this is what we're playing. And Jeff, give us a little background again. I know you probably did it shortly last week, but the Crumbling Keep of Khashmur, Tom Wilson. Tell us again who Tom is and what he's done. For those who don't know, please. You didn't know there was going to be a quiz, did you?
So Tom Wilson, I had him on my show, The Bad News Bards. When he was still running this Kickstarter, I think, or maybe it was shortly after. At any rate, I had him on one of my earlier episodes, and he is the creator of ShireCon. So, and I had tried to get him on talking about cons before, and unfortunately, he's also a volunteer firefighter and had to go through some training at the time, so he wasn't able to make a stream at the time. But we did get him on later on, and that worked out pretty well. He's got, in fact, we premiered his new logo for ShireCon for 2026 on our show, and revealed the cover for a new Kickstarter that's coming from him. So he's done a few things. He's got stuff. He's got a lot of irons in the fire, man. He's a pretty busy guy. But I can. I sent you guys the link in our private chat for the Discord, or for the Roll20. We are going to be using Roll20, so I'm learning Roll20 as well. I've only used it as a player, so this is my my first thing. I'm a Foundry guy, but hey, you know what? This is only my fifth virtual tabletop that I've used.
Well, that's okay. You're not in. I mean, you don't really want to open Roll20 here and go through that.
No.
Now, did you or did you?
No.
Yeah, but
I did send a link so you guys can sign up.
Oh yeah, so we can add our characters over.
Yeah. And I didn't know if you guys wanted to talk a little bit about your characters. You want me to give you the little synopsis from the book?
Yeah, give us the synopsis of what the thing is basically about, just the overview if you can.
Yeah,
let me talk about what we're thinking about for characters.
Let me pull up the back cover. I'll take a look at it here and I'll read it. So this is the description on the back. It says the Crumbling Keep of Khashmur by Tom Wilson. says the remaining family members and servants of a once proud keep now languish in the dark levels beneath its surface, awaiting the day when their predicament can improve or their suffering can be ended. But it says an artifact of great power, likely capable of healing the royal family, lies hidden within the keep's deepest and deadliest levels. All that is needed is to open up the ancient catacombs and retrieve the artifact. Is a few family. Yeah. Anyway, while suffering family members and servants await death in the upper levels. Oh, that's so you gonna have some people that aren't happy that you're gonna run across as you
Always.
dive into it. And maybe you can pick up the you know whatever you need to get that. Will the hidden
Sorry,
treasure?
what was the artifact again?
Well, it's a rumor that there's an artifact lying in the deep depths of the dungeon.
Trying to pry it out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time I played a family faction thing, it was Mugdalblub, the hideous halls of Mugdalblub with the catfish and all that out of Curse Scroll #1, Diablerie.
Yeah.
Which is,
It says, as you delve even deeper to try to find the lost treasures of Khashmur clan, you risk getting overrun by foul factions and evil foes. Will the hidden treasures of the dungeons below to the keep be worth the risk?
I'm gonna have to get a Led Zeppelin MP3 of Kashmir for next week, so we can just play that on a loop in the background. Dun,
Somebody,
dun,
yeah, well,
dun,
yeah,
dun, dun, dun.
yeah. Well, we get a strike for that one, I'm sure.
Oh well.
We got a claim on the Peter Jurasik interview for the little montage clip.
Oh really?
Yeah, I had to nuke it out. If you saw it live, you caught it. I muted the audio. I left the clip in, but I muted the audio for it for that particular song because it was from Tron. He was in Tron.
Yeah.
So it was only like about 6 or so seconds long, but it's still, it's Disney, so you know how they are.
I think Bruce Boxleitner's character was named Halloran, wasn't he? He was going in to find Halloran in there.
Well, he was.
I mean, Jeff Daniels' character was going into
right. I was gonna say Bruce Boxleitner was Tron. So yeah.
But wasn't his name in the real world the character name in the movie that he was going to find his friend? Jeff Daniels was going to find out what happened to his friend, right?
Yeah, something.
I mean, I haven't seen it in a lot of years. All I remember is I heard it in that shit because that's my last name too.
It's at
Irish name.
It's at I saw it at Walmart. They've got the box set that includes Ares, which I heard was not that great of a movie, but whatever. Tron goes into the real world, but it doesn't have Bruce Boxleitner in it, so.
Yeah, what's the point then?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that was kind of my thing.
Yeah, I lost about 20 minutes of my afternoon watching videos about what the hell was Iron Lung and what is this movie about, and found out it was based on a video game, and I'll never get that time back. But I don't know if I'll be seeing that or not at the theater. Do you know what I'm talking about? This sci-fi thing that just blew up, and the guy who made the movie made a ton of money. I guess it's based on a video game though, and it's a sci-fi thing where all the stars go out simultaneously, and the only people left alive are like living off of Earth on bases and stations and other planets and things like 200 years from now. And involves some planet with a sea of blood, human blood for some reason. And they have this guy who's like a prisoner. Sorry, Vance.
That's going to be a running thing, isn't it?
Yeah, we've now established a running joke.
It pretty much will. But he's like in a submarine or something, and they're like, "Hey, we're going down there in the sea of blood to figure out what's going on," But this is not what did they say? It's not an expedition; it's an execution. So we don't care if you come back or not. They weld the guy inside of the submarine. And he's going to go down there to figure out what all the monsters are. I don't know. Looked very strange. I'm surprised I remember that much of it. So again, if you're just joining us, a couple of you guys, we're not actually going to start the game tonight. We're going to start it next Monday because Lord Mattias, and Better with Bacon, Both had to bail, but they're working on characters for next week. So, Vance, I don't know if you've thought about anything as far as what you want to play, or anything in general.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to go. When I first did it, I just hit random on Shadowdarklings and said I'm just going to run with the first thing that comes up, and I set it on I sent it on the kind of the I forget the mixed thing, so you may not get the best class for the distribution of attributes. So I have a dwarf wizard whose intelligence is not his best stat. So I think we're just going to run with that.
A dwarf wizard, yeah. And then I'm going to play I have it around here somewhere. I don't want to do too much of an ad. I'll do a little bit of an ad. Oh, look, there's that.
You can plug your own thing, man.
Yeah. Anyway, this is, if you don't know, some of you know because you probably bought it and some of you didn't. But this is the zine first zine that I did last year. I did 2 zines for Shadowdark. Vance, I think, has actually played this one.
Yep.
I ran this for us, and it Warhorse is all mostly about travel. You can see it mounted travel. There's jousts and knights and things. Not paladins who were super tank Templar clerics with spell casting, and I just think paladins are way too powerful. This is more of a traditional knight class called the Knight Lancer. Let me see if I can find it real quickly. Don't remember where it is in my own book. I haven't looked at this in a little while.
Well, if you're anything like Chubby, he's like, yeah, once I finish something, I don't think about it again for a while.
Oh, there it is on page 26. Yeah, there's some of that going on, to be honest with you. I do think about it, and you can get them on drive-through. Love it. If somebody wants to buy one, God bless you. We'd love to have it.
Drop the link in the chat. In the
I'll put it in the show notes, or just go to drive-through and search Erudite DM. You'll find all my stuff, or you'll find Warhorse.
Oh, see now, okay. You and I are going to talk about Restream, man, because you could pop up a QR code that'll take you right to your drive-through, and everything. Yeah. You could just throw it up there. You could have the cover even.
I realize, and I'm cool with all that.
You should, pimp it, man, pimp it.
Well, I can pimp it. I could talk about it.
But I got something else to buy apparently now.
I'll send you one. We play together. I'll send you one. Don't worry about it. So this is the Knight Lancer class that I'm going to play, but it's more of a traditional type 100 Years War, medieval Europe type knight who's got martial skills, knows a little about warfare, came up as a squire. So is very good with anything equestrian and horse skills, but also +1 with a lance in the saddle. And I've got some jousting rules in here as well. I think they're on the next page, if I remember right. Yeah, there they are. There, very simple one page rules for running non-lethal. What we would call a tournament or a field joust, or a battle, a lethal joust. In which case, none of these rules apply, and it's just kill the guy. But so I think I'm going to do a Knight Lancer, even though we're not probably going to have horses down in the dungeon. I haven't read the book, but I'm guessing that's probably a safe bet.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they don't. So they're not going to fit.
I just wanted to play test it some more, and before you guys say, "What? You haven't play tested your stuff?" Yeah, I play tested it, but this is not a a gazillion dollar Kickstarter. This is an $8 PDF on drive-through, and we played it, and I've played with it in my solo game. So get off my back. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, check it out. Or if you have questions, email me or hit me up on one of my videos and ask me about Warhorse. I'll do some more stuff on it. So I think I'll go there. That would give us a fighter. And then I don't know what the other 2 guys are going to run. Do we need to maybe have a torchbearer or a hireling or something? Or
that's up to you. Okay. I'm not going to tell you what to do.
And we're starting at second level.
You are second level, yeah. So everybody's going to start at second. It actually says it's for 2nd to 4th, but I figure you guys are all seasoned. Let's make it tough. Let's put it on hard mode. Start off with 2nd. Oh no, I'm big.
Hey, there you're the star of the show. Hey, the other thing I did this week, actually I just did this yesterday. I was listening to the stream you guys were doing with Paul Turner and talking about Death Angel Shadow came up, and it reminded me of the Carl Wagner book, right? Vance, have you ever read that one?
I have not.
You read a bunch, though, don't you? Read a bunch of.
I used to. Now I have the attention span of a goldfish.
Yeah, I'm sure you know who he is, Carl Edward Wagner, and all that. But so I went online, and again with the blue back.
I need to get a copy of that.
I found myself a copy. I paid $38 for it. It included shipping, and for an old used. This isn't the one I bought. Hopefully, the one I bought isn't this janky. But yeah, Death Angel Shadow by Carl Edward Wagner. This guy's more intense. I think he's a little more intense than Howard, if that's possible.
You've read it before then? I've
not read it before, but I've listened to some audiobooks and short story stuff or novellas and some of his other
it's part of the Kane series from what I understand.
Yeah, it is. And I've read some of the other Kane stories, or I should say listened to them on audiobook, and I liked them. It very much had that grim, dark, Hyperborea kind of feel.
I've got to go. There's a chain of used bookstores here in Tennessee that I need to go and see if they've got a copy of it, just so I can have a copy and say, yes, I actually do. Go over there on the shelf and grab it and hold it up. And then I got to read it too.
Yeah, right. Hey, Daryl Aaron, how are you, man? He said, "Battle in the saddle, feats in the sheets." Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be that kind of knight or not, but hopefully he'll stay alive through the first session. I think when we played that zine I was showing a second ago does have a one-shot in the back called The Horse Lord of Tanashorn, and I think we lost at least 2 characters in that. Were we all first level, Vance, or second level? I
think we did second, and yeah, it took us I think because of our dawdling and stuff like that. Did we? No, we got through it in one session, and then we did kind of some expansion on it in another session, I believe.
Yeah, I know I was terrible as GM on that. And anytime I run something that I've written in these 2 zines, because each one has their own one shot, the other one is Saints of the Shadowdark or whatever. And I guess I just get nervous about something I've written or whatever. But had a bit of stage fright and just freezing up. It's embarrassing. Next time I'll be prepared. I'll have a few drinks first. Take the edge off.
Just
probably should have done that tonight.
Just here, a pint of whiskey. You'll be fine.
Yeah. So what else? Vance, let's go back to you. You told me, I guess a year or 2 ago, that you have a different method for finding players and how y'all get together, and you like to play in person. You want to share just a little about that and tell them how you do that, and who do you normally play with?
Sure.
Phone numbers and their social security numbers.
Right. Yeah. And it's a pay to prey type system where we give them a good subscription base for miracles and things and curing of various diseases. No, I've been running through a couple of the local meetup groups for the last few years, and that was, let's see, I started doing that kind of right after things opened up after the plague years, and we had a lot. I think at the time I had a pretty good response, just because I think people were similar to me, were excited to kind of get face to face and play in real world, because we'd been playing VTT for a couple of years, and I have a neighborhood brewery that had an outdoor patio with picnic tables and stuff like that. So I started running in the summer, so we could all sit outside if people still had some anxieties and stuff about that. And I had full tables and stuff for quite a while. And then long story longer probably is that I had enough repeat offenders, as I refer to them, that we calved off and started a campaign that just kind of formed out organically. It was a coworker of mine, and then one of my friends from the bar, my wife, and then about kind of about three or four people that we met through Meetup, and we've just finished the 3-year-long campaign.
Wow.
Saved the world, the whole thing.
That's wild. It stuck though, and because you wouldn't think that you just
and that's the first time I've done a long-term campaign like that. It part of the thing that I think at least made it work for all of us too, was that it wasn't a weekly game. It was an every other week game, generally, with with some other breaks depending on people's availability or holidays and stuff like that. So it kept our commitment kind of modest. And then on alternate weeks, I will still run an open table type meetup one shots primarily.
Yeah, very cool. I know I looked into that when you told me that last year, and I was like, I might give that a try here, but I've never, one reason or another, it hadn't worked out. I've gone to some of the gaming shops, but that's all Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and other.
Right. Yeah.
You're not even playing D&D in those shops or Pathfinder or anything. So
right.
People that way.
Yeah. So so I've started again. I took a little bit of a break. I've started running one shots again using. So the originally I started playing using BX or Old School Essentials, and then I've done some other stuff like, Deathbringer and a couple other little beer and pretzel systems, and then I started running Shadowdark for this last set, and last night's game may indicate that I may have inadvertently started a campaign.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What am I doing here? Adding another camera. I don't know. I got all screwed up here. Sorry, Vance. I screwed up the cameras while we're sitting here talking.
Yeah, we've so lightly last night was like, I've got a little port town that the characters are kind of fleeing to, and I made the mistake of actually none of the players on the table last night had played in that prior scenario, and so it was kind of the thing of, hey, you guys are coming in a dock while these other beaten up adventurers are leaving with a couple of chests full of treasure, and they say they took care of the pirates, but they left the undead dragon to do, and I had a whole bunch of other little adventures for them to go and chase out in the hinterlands or whatever like that, and they're like, so where's this dragon? And so we went back and dealt with the dragon.
So what does your priest have to roll to turn undead on an undead dragon?
She rolled a nat 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Kidding her? She really did?
Yeah. So this is funny, and this will be one I want. I need to write up my session notes on this, but so my coworker Chris is one of my reliable players. He started playing like in 74, 76. He's played in campaigns that where the players were the PCs were like grandchildren of the original players by the time they were done with their campaign, kind of stuff. So he's played a couple games, but in spite of that, he likes however I run games. So last night it was funny. We had so he's kind of on my my on-call list. So we had a few people from the meetup group. Sheena was there, and then Chris had said, hey, my granddaughter, who's just a college graduate, lives in the neighborhood. I invited her to come. And I was like, hey, great. So I gave her a priest. She'd never played an RPG before in her life. We lent her some dice. Through the session, rolls like 3 nat 20s at critical times.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and which is, is like, and so, I'm looking at Chris. I'm like, these are your dice. They never work this way for you. You're it's like, yeah. So for
magical dice.
Yeah. So she,
I know.
So she had some great beginner luck and a great experience of doing some cures, doing a couple turn undeads, doing a couple of other things to. Oh, and we had a roll for knowledge about undead, I think was what I had her roll for, and she rolled a dirty 20 on that one too. So we determined that she was her major was undead studies in Priest College, and so,
What a great start. It's a little like if you've ever played golf. You go out one time and you get, you hit the ball really well.
yeah,
Or you're lucky enough to get par on a hole or something. It'll keep you coming back for 2 more years.
yeah,
All it takes is one little glimmer of success and you'll spin
right, yeah. So we did warn her that they probably used up all the 20s on that dice. So
Yeah, don't let her anywhere near Tim Shorts. You'll be all right.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's any newbies on here, but if you are, hey,
There's some guy named Chubby Funster.
Oh
we
god,
know Chubby Funster. That's just a guy named Chubby. Oh no, that is Chubby Funster. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, you ever
I
heard
thought
of
it was
him?
Ricky Gervais. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Chubby, you can jump on here if you'd like to. We're just shooting the bull. Bacon and Matt had a last minute thing come up, and Bacon was out yesterday, so we had to postpone for next Monday. We'll start our new campaign in Shadowdark. But
Well, that kind of helps me out a little bit actually, because I had a very eventful evening last night. Was trying to run to the convenience store real quick, and apparently my driveway, and I've got a long driveway up a hill. It was a little slicker than I anticipated, and suffice it to say, I had to have my buddy with his Ram 2500 and his 6,000 pound winch pull me back up the way I slid down. Did not hit the tree. I was looking, and there's no damage. So
did you guys get any break today, Jeff? Was the weather a little warmer, a little better?
Yeah, we got up to almost right around 40 degrees, maybe
cool.
just a little shy of it. So, but I it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and that'll melt all the snow, but it'll just make muddy mess. I don't know if you've been to Tennessee or not, but we've got that red clay here, and it what do they say? Slicker than snot.
They say
When it
lots.
gets wet.
That's one of them.
Yeah. So, well, I'm being nice. So I was afraid because of the ice. If it melted, I was afraid that it might be a little more tough, because it was close to bottoming out where the front tire was. And I just wrote it down, man. It was just kind of a nope. It's gonna go that way. I tried to go that way, and
Well,
it went that
like a pilot landing a plane, any landing you can walk away from is a good one, right? I'm glad you didn't get hurt, obviously, or nobody was
my
hurt.
pride.
Well,
But
that's not the first time. Won't be the last time anyway.
No.
Pride you don't need, really.
no, but
You were reminding me of something a second ago, Vance. I was going to mention that I just started. You're talking about, playing with people. Do most of these people that you play with at a meetup group, is Shadowdark new to them, or are you always running Shadowdark at all? Or
It's a mix. There'll be a couple people that play it before. People play, obviously, again, a lot of people with 5e experience. Some people that are plays. One of the other fellows we played with last night hadn't played since, again, for decades, probably, kind of thing. And his last experience was like maybe AD&D and Champions, kind of, that, those vintage of games and stuff. So yeah, he had a lot of questions on the mechanics and stuff. But most of it, most people have enough kind of tangential experience that it's pretty easy. But yeah, like Callisto last night, and I've had other players at the table who've never played an RPG before, other than maybe a video game version, or just watching something on TV or something like that. So
yeah, that's a big deal. I mean, I'm sure Jeff, you've run into that too, where not only has someone not played the system that you're playing in that game or whatever, they've never even been around this before. They've heard of Dungeons and Dragons play, but they have no
that's
idea.
always, that's kind of fun though, because
It's
they
good.
don't have any preconceived notions
Yeah.
to,
yeah, Yeah.
Exactly. What I was going to mention is I made a video 2 weeks or so ago, but I'd been trying to get my 5e group, who were all pretty much newbies to role-playing games when we started 5e. We played for about a year, and then one of them was having a baby, and we all got busy. But we just started playing again in the past 2 months, at the beginning of the year here, and we just had our second session of Shadowdark last Saturday, and just reaffirmed everything from the first session. It's cleaner, it's faster. I have fewer spells. I can find the stuff really easily. It's, they all just love it, and it feels the same. They're doing a dungeon delve, and they're really enjoying it.
Until you get the Western Reaches and the Battle Zoo books for.
I have a feeling that's going to come out the next month or so. I believe it's finally.
I think it should be getting real close.
Or maybe spring. It could be April. It could even be May or something. But I'm starting to feel better about it. There was a period where I was like, I don't know about this, but now I'm feeling better. I've seen the stuff about war bands. I've seen the stuff about renown. A couple of new things that they're adding to the system.
Well, I mean, obviously, the Kickstarter did even better than the original Shadowdark Kickstarter. So,
yeah. Well, with the late Kickstarters, I think they hit 3 million. Just recently.
Yeah, because the first one hit what 1.8 or something like that.
Yeah. That was
they almost doubled it.
Yeah, must be nice.
So, and kudos to Kelsey, man. One of these days, I hope to get her on and talk to her. I think she'd be a delight to have on.
Yeah, it's always interesting to hear her talk, because I think we all make a lot of assumptions about this game, and then it would be fun to pick her brain about something and ask.
Well, major kudos, because I had when I got my set, it looked like it had been beat up, and I don't know whether it was the post office or what, but the box actually had a hole punched through it. It looked like it might have been an errant fork on a forklift or something that just kind of went thunk. And
a little more than dented corners.
That was more than dented corners. That was that was a dented book. That's now the table copy. I reached out to her and I said, yeah, my book came, one of the books came damaged, and she's like, which one? I said, it's the core book. And then she actually asked me which edition. I'm like, it's the regular one, because the special edition one I've got sitting.
Oh, the cool green one.
Yeah,
with Morticanthus or whatever his name is on the front.
Yeah, got it
right. Yeah, there you
here.
Go. Yeah.
My green screen is kind of messing with it, because it's a dark green, but
I may have to get one of those shirts for for North Texas next June or something.
Yeah.
Vance, you ought to come down to Texas in June. You'd have a blast at that thing.
I was really trying to do it last year, and then between other work and life commitments, and then I just burned a lot of time off, going sitting at the farm, so I was not, I didn't have the flexibility, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I understand completely.
I'm hoping to go to North Texas at some point. I don't think I'm going to make it this year. I think I'm going to go to CNY Con, to Rogers Con up in CNY. But maybe next year I'll be able to plan out to go to Texas too.
Yeah, you were saying that. I know we talked about it, and you were like, I don't think I can do it this year, but maybe down the road. I think they have like 100 more badges they're allowing it, so it's going up to 600, and they've already pre-sold everything. Which I don't know. I've never been to Gen Con or Gary Con or one of those big ones, but I really don't want to do one on 3 floors with a gazillion people.
No, me neither. Because I'm about 3 hours outside of Atlanta, and they have Dragon Con there, and it's the same thing. It's multiple venues, multiple hotels. It's more than just tabletop gaming.
Yeah.
There's cosplay involved. There's, you name it. It's everything. And it's just a big production. And it's a 4 or 5 day event, because it's over like Memorial Day weekend, I think, or Labor Day weekend, one of those two. Yeah. And so it actually runs through that Monday, the holiday, wraps up. So their Sunday is actually the Monday, where they start wrapping up. People go home. So I could go to it. I've got friends in Atlanta, but I think it might just be too much. I think it might be overwhelming. I may do. Was it Origins? I think is up in Columbus or something like
Where
that.
Origins?
Dayton, yeah, somewhere in Ohio.
I know Lord Mattius likes VentureCon, and I've seen great things about Page 3 that just wrapped up in Philly, and everybody said that was really great. And a lot of OSR style stuff, which is, I'm like you. I don't want to go and mix it with a comic thing and a LARPing thing and a cosplay. Those things are all fine.
And Magic, and then heaven forbid Warhammer and the Star Wars version of Warhammer, whatever that's called. That was the problem with there was a con that I went to here last year, and honestly, it was my. Did we lose? Are you back?
I just disconnected as the host. That was interesting. I feel better though.
So last year I went to Rocky Top Game Con, which is up in Knoxville, which is real close to me. I mean, I'm in that general metro area. And apparently they decided that they canceled this year. They're I think looking for another venue. But the big thing about it is it was very focused on Warhammer, and I joke and I call Warhammer 40K. I call it the rich man's tabletop game. Although honestly, with all the books I bought,
I've never played it. I don't know anything about it. I mean, I kind of know what it is and all that, but I'm sure it'd be interesting. It's just that's not what I'm playing. So
yeah.
North Texas is you turn around and even the people that you're going to see Eric Tankar and Bad Mike. You're going to see Michael said in the comments, it is only I think so it is sold up and walk up only now, Michael, in North Texas. But you're going to see people, and even if you just sit there and share a table with somebody eating a burger, you're going to start talking, and lo and behold, they're probably playing some of the same games you are.
Right.
Whether it's whatever, OSC or Lamentations or, whatever, Hyperborea or something. They're all kind of in the same mainstream. There were some other outlier games. I played one game. It was called War Pigs. And War Pigs was a World War II style war game played with the old cheap soldiers you'd buy at the store when you were a kid, the little green ones.
Oh, you get them at the dollar store or whatever. Your mom would buy them for you.
Who had the pose like this with his arm out, like he's leading guys, and you had
the bent rifle
guy that was useless, and so you're using
Grenadier.
And if they're really good, hey, Elf Hunter 6, good to see you. They might have some other figures like from Marx or something, if you know those toy sets that are actually look like Germans or something. And they might have a few models for a tank or two. But you're using cheapy stuff, so you can play this anywhere, anytime.
Right.
And all you need some rulers and some 6-sided die. And we had a blast. We're like 3 of us on each side. Had a really good time. So there's some other games outside of the OSR stuff, but not too much. I know I was playing a DCC game one night, and I kept coming to the main room, and they pulled up a game of what's the nuclear war game? I forgot what it's called. Is it Nuclear War or Nuke or something? Chubby and Rob Alderman, and I think Flint was playing, and Lord Mattius and Gary Lewis. All these people, just throwing this game together. And a few of them might have been drinking or something. I don't know, but it was pretty loud and rowdy. And I was like,
might have been.
I want to play that game. I had fun in the DCC game. I'd never played that before either.
I have not, and I just recently. I've been a fan of the original Adventures Reincarnated that Goodman has been putting out, and especially the classic stuff because it had all the original stuff in it. I jumped in on the Humble Bundle they had, the physical Humble Bundle that they had, which is the first time I had ever heard of a physical Humble Bundle, to grab the Lankmar stuff before it went away because they didn't get to renew the license for it. So I do have that sitting over there. It's still shrink wrapped. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to get that, I might as well get the DCC book. I had not up till now had not had the DCC book, so I did get that along with it, and so now I have DCC. Of course, they've got their Kickstarter right now is going on. I think it's closing in on 200K. The pinball classics or whatever, all the old classic pinball games. They're doing for DCC and X Crawl classics, and
I think I did that Humble Bundle also, but I chose the PDFs because
did you?
I didn't have, and I really would like to. I really wanted Lankmar more than anything else, but when I started looking through them, there was some cool stuff there.
Yeah, because I got all the PDF. You know how Humble Bundle works, right? You put in this much, and then you get the this many, and if you go this tier, then you get this many, and it was reasonable. I went the the max tier, and I got I got the box set of Lankmar and a couple other books, print books, and then all the PDFs that you probably did as well. So
I think you could pick 10 or 12 or something, or maybe not. Maybe it was a preset thing. I don't know. What was that, over Christmas or something?
Yeah. It was about the same. They also did that Christmas thing, which I did not jump in on that one.
Hey, Ducato, how are you? Good to see you.
What's up, Ducato? How you doing? Is it? Yeah, I'm probably gonna I'll probably do a video about it. I do a lot of live streams, but I need to do some videos.
Hey, why don't you do a video here, because it dawns on me that you have an unboxing that you were bragging about. Why don't we? Yeah, this will be the unboxing portion of our program.
You gonna embiggen me?
Yeah. Let me see if we can.
We'll see it. We'll see if anybody's watching. We'll see what I got here. It just literally came in today. I had to go down my frozen driveway and retrieve my truck.
How do I rotate it around, Jeff, so it gets to just you?
Just drag mine into the big one.
Okay, you're blowing my mind open, but we'll
you literally just grab it. There you go.
Ta-da!
All right. So let's see if I got this. Well, they don't make this easy, do they? Wait. This is not going to be no ASMR here today, folks.
Do I need some appropriate music? Hang on, let me get some better music here. How about corporate? No, that doesn't sound right.
Let's see what I got in here.
How about epic? Let's do epic. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, okay. This is one thing. Is the other one? Oh, look at this. And there's my invoice. Look at that.
Oh.
So
epic unboxing.
This is the first thing.
Nice.
Right on.
Corners look intact. Good.
Yeah.
Corners look good.
It's got looks like a map on the back. Issue 17. This is a fanzine for OSR. Got all kinds of stuff in it.
Yeah, I know I've got one of the issues of that floating around here.
Yeah, this is the first. Oh, look, it's even got an ad right in there.
Oh, for the other one. Yeah.
Yeah. Which that should be coming soon. They are shipping finally.
That sucker's pretty thick.
Yeah. I'm pretty impressed.
Like 10 adventures or something, and
this is looks like about 165 pages.
If you can, just run through the table of contents and tell us what comes with that, if you don't mind, please, sir.
Yeah. Dedicated to David Sutherland. That's kind of cool.
That photograph.
And table of contents. Let's see here. Reptiles and Samurai. Calenthina. I'm sorry. Martial Stances by Jeff Hollifield. Grognard's Grimoire. Codex of Droom by MTBDM. Knights and Knaves Stumble by Paul Swanland. New Kindred for Tunnels and Trolls by Kesher. Return of the Ancients, Prince of Nothing, Creepies and Crawlies, The Thule, Alan Grohe, Spiders by James Mishler. We're about a quarter of the way through. La Bagalum, Laster by Del L. Beaudry. Gems of Xylarthan, Part 2. So apparently there was a Part 1 by Oak Spalding. Black Powder Firearms. Anybody wanted to do Black Powder Firearms? Jack Griffiths. Artifacts, Adjuncts, and Oddments, various. So that's probably a compilation article from different people. The Eshcombe District by James Malasuski.
But these are all articles like Knox style, not little adventures and things.
Yeah, and I mean there's ads in here too. Like
interesting. You're on mute, Vance. I see you saying something.
Yeah.
You have
a lot doing this stuff, and you still can't find the mutant button. They often have. Yeah, there's a go. They often have some adventures and some scenarios and stuff like that.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
I know I've seen that, but I've never looked at one.
Oh, and there's ads for talking about Paige.
Yeah, for some of the cons.
Yeah, so I'm very impressed. I'll probably do a review once. This is the fall 2025, so there's probably a new one coming soon. I ordered this in January.
Wow.
So it took a little bit of time. Now that's not the only thing in that box. There's a paper. Apparently this shipped all the way from Nevada, from Henderson. What else is in here? Oh, I know there has to be something else in here. Is it? Oh, maybe. Oh, drum roll, please. All right.
How to referee a good game of Traveler?
No, I've got that over on the shelf, but
that's a joke. I've been trying to get Jeff made the mistake of mentioning one time he'd like to run some Traveler, so
I do. I will.
Giving him a hard time about
that. Let me get my feet wet back in fantasy, and then we'll.
You've been a very good sport about my bad jokes, but we can also do Stars Without Number or something like that. I'm committed to doing some sort of space game this year. Hey,
look, Chubby, it finally showed up.
You don't have any complaints with the book? A forklift didn't run through that one, so you don't have to contact him.
No forklift damage. No.
Is it at least autographed or anything?
It's got some blank space for some guy that I know to sign it.
Did it say, "Here you go, Jeff. Enjoyed killing you recently in my game."
Yeah, we didn't die. We're diseased.
Surprisingly.
So now my T-shirt has got to say. Because I was joking about getting a T-shirt that was going to say, I was killed by Chubby Funster in a game of Shadowrim and I liked it. But now I got to say, I played Shadowrim with Chubby Funster and all I got was a disease and this T-shirt.
Hey, you did get a disease too.
Yeah, we're diseased. So. Yeah,
I have a feeling
not to specify if the disease was real life or game. So
it's communicable. We'll probably pick that up again too, maybe a few months down the line or something.
Yeah,
because
that was fun.
Bacon was talking about running it because he knows Skyrim. You almost have to know Skyrim to run. Now he's going to get mad at me. Go, don't tell them that. It's not true. But I'll just say this: I think it would help you a lot with the lore and the overall setting if you knew Elder Scrolls and Skyrim, right? I mean, is that fair?
I'd play it again. I think it was fun.
Oh,
it was
I definitely would play it again. But then I'd play, all of his settings, Last Candle or Terra Invictus or whatever. They're all good stuff. I just don't want to go back to the Comor Forest. I don't think I ever went to the Comor Forest. I was only watching you guys.
Struggle our way through Tim's, Appalachian nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah, Joe's shopping trips and so forth.
Yeah.
Hey, Appalachia.
Not too far from you.
I know.
It's not that close. It's not over your shoulder.
Oh yeah, it is. I can't drive
Up in
to.
the Smokies.
Yeah. Well, it's funny when I
That's
steal one.
Appalachia, man. We have the Appalachian
Considered
Museum
Appalachia?
around here. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not just West Virginia.
I'm in Texas. I don't know about the other states. What happens over there?
Well,
Right.
you're welcome. On
Yeah.
behalf of all Tennesseans, you're welcome that Texas exists. Because without Tennessee, there would be no Texas.
Well, without Tennessee and a lot of Louisianans and a couple other states, that's true.
Yeah, but there were some pretty famous people that died in that little Alamo place there that were from Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think Sam Houston was from.
And they'll
here.
be doing it again next year when they come to visit from Knoxville. They're going to come down and visit Texas A&M in football. So we'll have
the Vols and the Vols and the
I'll
Aggies.
be visiting the Aggies next year.
You and I are going to have to do a stream about that.
We saw them. We went to that game years ago when they were here with Alvin Kamara and who was the big defensive end? Now I'm getting confused with somebody from Auburn. Anyway, it was a good team. It was a very good team. And it went to like triple time overtimes or something. It's a wild game.
And watch all the viewers drop because we're talking sports ball.
Yeah, that's all right. That we're done. That's all it was. Just some passing SEC football.
I love my SEC. Although what I remember the when the Oregon Ducks were doing pretty well. I was following them for a little while because they were playing a different play style than we were used to seeing in the SEC.
Well, are you
One that wins anyway.
They what?
You a Gators fan?
Win.
Jeff?
Yeah, I'm a
the
Gators fan.
shorter half is a Duck alum. So
Is she? Oh, okay.
we do pay attention when they're doing well.
Well, they had a hell of a season. Very good.
Well, see, so I grew up in Florida. I grew up in Central Florida, and in Florida, you're either a Gators fan or you're a Seminoles fan.
Yeah.
If you live down in Miami, then you might be a Hurricanes fan. But if you're anywhere else in the rest of the state, you're most likely one of those two. Now, I'm also a UCF alum, kind of, sort of. I live up to that moniker. You can't finish, which is.
It's a big school. I mean, they're growing and growing.
It was actually the largest school in the country at one point in time, the largest student population-wise, and they've had to fight tooth and nail to get any respect. We proudly proclaim ourselves co-national champions with that team over in Alabama over there.
I remember that. Was that Scott Frost was the coach then or something?
Yeah, well, nobody would play us.
He started there.
Yeah.
Nobody would play us. They wouldn't play us. We wanted them to play us, and they refused. So, and we were undefeated. And Alabama lost.
Sometimes years in advance.
We beat Auburn. We beat Auburn, and Auburn beat Alabama.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, right?
I mean,
I got the school magazine somewhere out in the other room
hold on.
from that year.
Yeah, so don't get me started because my dark past is I grew up in Nebraska, so I have to have some Husker.
Oh, you're a Husker. My.
Yeah, so right now I just claim Huskers as being this awesome volleyball school.
Yeah.
My
hell being a Husker fan, it's hard.
My brother-in-law is a Husker native. I think he's alumni too. I think that's where he went to school. So, but yeah, he's a huge Nebraska fan. Of course, they live in Indiana, and we know what Indiana does, right? Indiana.
They turned their system. They turned their thing. Their program around and won from being bottom of the barrel. So.
Yeah, they'll probably be good for years to come for as long as Signetti is there.
I think it's going to be Ohio State and Indiana a lot in these playoffs. Hopefully they expand them a little bit. But
hey, Sword and Stones.
Yeah. Sorry, we're talking football. We diverted because Erudite is an Aggies fan. I'm a Gators fan, but I live in Vols land. I have a lot of buddies that work for the Volunteers, so. I pull for them as long as they're not playing the Gators.
Now, let me just catch everybody up again because there's some late arrivals. So we were supposed to start the new Shadowdark campaign tonight. Vance Atkins is joining us from the old group that I used to be like a lot of you, listening in the comments and making jokes and giving them a hard time. And it was Vance and Joe the lawyer and Tim Shorts, Ken Harrison, and then Flint Fireforge joined them. And I listened to those guys for about a year. That's how boring my life was. Sorry, Vance. But listened to them play Shadowdark and then wound up joining the game later. And then some of them have taken breaks, but Vance ready to get back into it again. So he'll be joining us next Monday. We will start, but we had a couple of no-shows, couldn't do it. Work stuff and real life got in the way for Bacon and for Lord Mattias. They're both fine, nothing awful or anything, just work conflicts and so forth. So they'll be jumping back in next Monday, and we will be starting with the one you saw advertised, that Tom Wilson, this one, Crumbling Keep of Khashmur by Tom Wilson.
We're gonna see how far we can get down in there before we decide to, at the very least, it'll be a taste of it,
Well, so far we have a dwarf wizard and a human knight lancer.
And you're going to be testing. You're going to be showing off your knight there.
I'm going to try to bring a warhorse down into the dungeon and run down a tunnel somewhere with my lance and really surprise the goblins.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you can just change it to halfling and have him ride like a corgi or
dog.
something.
Corgi. Yeah. Why not?
Yikes. All right. Well, we got anything else, or we want to wrap this up? Anything from you guys listening? Any questions, thoughts?
Yeah, post them in the chat. We'll give them a few seconds.
Yeah, please like the channels. Jeff's is Tennessee Tabletop Tavern, and of course, I think a lot of you guys are watching on mine. Chubby's not going to be playing in this next one. He'll be back at some point in the future. He's off writing and concentrating on his next project. He said he really needed to get back to work. But yeah, the halls are probably not wide enough for a warhorse. Maybe a courser, but certainly not a big destrier. So we will pick it up next Monday, and this is the new time, 7 p.m. Central. We pushed it back an hour because it fit a little bit better for some of the group work-wise. Any final thoughts or notes?
No, there's my show on Sunday. I had that one already loaded, so
yeah.
Bad News Bards, Tennessee Tabletop Tavern. Also, I cast it on Sci-Fi from ETV as well. And then of course we had this fellow on my channel, but it was also on Sci-Fi for Me, and every Wednesday night on Sci-Fi Snob's channel, we at 11 p.m. Eastern, so it's a later one for you guys on the West Coast. Sci-Fi Snob is he's our Canadian buddy. It's his channel, and now we get on there and we talk about an episode of Babylon 5, and we are watching them in order. So but last week we had Peter Jurasik on from Tron. He was Londo Malari in Babylon 5. He was in 25 episodes of Hill Street Blues, 13 episodes of the spin-off of that show called Beverly Hills Bunts. I mean, he was in MASH. He was in all kinds of stuff. So, but that was a really fun.
I listened to that one. That was, and I really, like I said, I was not not that I wasn't a fan of Babylon 5. I just didn't watch it. I didn't follow it, but I've heard it's fantastic. But it was a great interview with him, listening to him talk about the old days in the business and movies and TV shows and how that all worked.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, just the portion him talking about Tron and being in the movie Tron was really
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So do go listen to that for sure if you get a chance. Gordon Stones, have a good night. Before you leave, you said maybe a donkey. This is from Warhorse, my zine here. So we do have mules. So if you're interested in mules, find out all the neat stuff. So We got war horses, we got mules, we got palfreys, we got roundseeds, we got oxen, we got all kinds of stuff for your Shadowdark game. It's all written up in Shadowdark stats. So go check that out.
That's pretty awesome. I like that you have it spiral bound. I like that.
No, it's not the way they're going to get it. It's just that I'm too lazy to do print on demand. So you're not going to get it at A5 yet because I haven't uploaded the files.
It is available though in print on demand if somebody wants to order it?
No, not yet because I have to upload the files for the print files, and I'm not in Affinity, so I need to get somebody to help me with that at some point. It's only been going on for a year.
Hey, there's this guy. I think his name is Greg.
Yeah, he said he'll help me out. I just need to get, and I feel bad asking him for a favor. He's, is he trying to publish his next book or next rule set or something? But we'll get there.
He's an Adobe diehard, though.
I do have 2 other videos that'll come out this week. One is that weapon series for Shadowdark, and I'm doing the poleaxe. So it's just a 1-pager, and you can go get the PDF. If you go to my website, eruditedm.com, I uploaded it today, and you can get the PDF for that one, or the Falchion, or the Bardiche, or the Rondell Dagger, some of the other ones I've done so far. And then I have another video this week. I don't know how I got into it the other night, but I was thinking about how we have a torch in Shadowdark and we have a lantern. End of story. These are all the light sources we have. And I started doing some digging around. And I watched that guy, I think it's Medieval Knight. It's a British guy who's a real knight. Had a channel, a real popular medieval channel, how they did things, probably about 5 or 6 years ago. And he had one on rush lights. They take the little reeds out of the water and they do their little resin inside. They had to prepare them a certain way, soak them in animal fat. And I'm thinking, the poor people couldn't afford these things, but they could afford these rush lights. They'd make them by the bundle, store them somewhere, and keep them dry. And they did have a problem with dogs eating anything that you used animal fat for. Candles or whatever, the dog, you go eat it. So you had to hide that stuff. So I put together a video on that, and there's a piece on my website as well as like a 1-pager table with all the other light sources, including candles and fir candles, which is where you take the little saplings. The Scots did this up in the Highlands. They take a little piece of where the wood intersects in a branch, and the resin or the sap all collects there, and they just snap them off in a little 6-8 inch piece. Put them in a chain, light it, and it would burn for, whatever, 20 minutes, something like that, 8 minutes, 15 minutes. Not exactly scientific. And it would stink like, burning tar inside your hut. But so I have all these light sources in there. I'll talk about them on the video. Watch that.
That'd be interesting.
What did you just post, Jeff? Check out Death and Cam on the Bad News Bards every Sunday night, right?
Every Sunday. Every Sunday.
The Top Loftly Lounge on Sunday.
Yeah. You should see the outtakes from the promos that we did with Peter.
A nice guy.
Tongue twisting over Tennessee Tabletop Tavern,
Yeah.
and the Bad News Bards. Oh, I love the way he did that because he did it in the Londo voice, so it's kind of fun.
Perfect.
Yeah, he talked about like what he got to keep from the show, which was next to nothing, but he did keep something, and then I won't say what it was, but he does show it.
Watch the show; he'll show it off. Yeah,
the show. He has a piece you might recognize from the set.
He still has the keeper on him. Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah.
But he had lots of great stories, and he was just so nice and obliging and humble. And you get these guys who they're past the really meaty part of their career now, and he said he doesn't act anymore. I think
he's retired. He's totally retired.
With his eyes making him
yeah.
So, you could just tell he was thrilled that people still cared and enjoyed the show and wanted to talk about these things. He probably was surprised to be approached, oddly enough.
Yeah, and he may or may not. Health reasons, he may or may not make it to cons. It depends, so we talk all about all that stuff on the show, on that episode. We had him on for 2 hours, so we didn't want to tax him out. We could have kept going, and I think he could have kept going. Towards the end, we started having a little bit of feedback echo, but
you really ought to try to get Boxleitner if you could work that channel. I'm sure he does the shows and things like that. You're looking at
you never know. or Claudia. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
working on it.
that would be good, but that would certainly make your show if you can get people of that quality. And sometimes they're just hanging out there waiting to be scooped up. My brother makes a lot of B movies, works on a lot of these things, like the one where Alec Baldwin shot the girl.
Rust.
Unfortunately, yeah, Rust. You know, and they're not all that dangerous, thankfully. But he does a lot of those kind of movies where there'll be like B and C people past their prime or B actors. And, you know, I know last year he was shooting something with Lee Majors, who's damn near 90 years old. You know?
Well, Lee Majors was in, he had a cameo in the Fall Guy movie.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but I believe you.
I saw it. It wasn't bad. It was not bad. You know, there's a lot of these movies, and that's what we talk about on Jason's channel a lot. Is some of these Hollywood retreads that it's like they're devoid of ideas and stuff, you know. And it's like, man, you know, we hear, oh no, are they rebooting Stargate, or is it's a continuation? Okay, are they gonna do it for a modern audience, or is it gonna be good? You know, I mean, I'm a huge Stargate fan, so
I liked it. I liked it very much early on. I didn't.
We did a D20 modern Stargate. We used D20 modern rules to do Stargate. There was no Stargate RPG at the time, so now there is. I've thought about picking it up, but I need more bookshelves.
You went looking for the Bronze Age collapse out in space.
But
never mind, it was stupid. But
I got it.
It just wasn't funny.
Exactly. Hey, you said it. I didn't.
No. The one I watched just recently, and it's not good, but not for the reasons you're going to think I'm saying, but it's Excalibur. Excalibur could have been such a great movie, and it's not Roger. Is it Roger Boorman? John Boorman?
Yeah.
John
Boorman? Is that
It's
the one
not
Double
his
D
fault.
did?
What's
A
that?
review on? Is that the one that Double D did a very lengthy video on? He loves it. It's like one of his favorite movies. He's one of the best movies.
You just.
But they ruined the studio, ruined the movie because they made him lop like an hour of it off. I'm sure a lot of people know this.
Right.
So the edits where it goes from scene to scene, I mean, you could just tell they were weeping in the edit suite making this thing on fine. Just cut that into, I don't know, just pick it up there.
Yeah, like they changed what
hell.
Morgana a little bit was a little different than, you know, in the actual classic tale, and you know some of the
that part of it, I was fine with the lore and everything else, right? Because Excalibur can be told and is told many different ways in many different countries. But I mean the Arthurian stuff. But I enjoy the movie. It's just now going back and watching it as an older person, I'm like, golly, they really butchered this thing, or made them butcher it and ruin the film, unfortunately.
I want to see the new Deathstalker. It was released in limited number of theaters. Why, I don't know. I want to see it in a theater. That's the one that, you know, Slash from Guns N' Roses was like one of the producers on.
I did not know.
I'm pretty sure it's called Deathstalker. I could have the name wrong. But...
Deathbringer, Professor DM.
No.
Vance, you said you played Deathbringer. What did you think of it?
It was fun. You know, I played the original, the kind of the one-page thing. And
one page thing.
Yeah.
Like
Professor DM, the original one
page.
Yeah, it's basically I don't know. It's called one page. It's like a one-page front and back, basically.
That's all it is.
That's the free one, right?
That's the free original one. He
was talking about writing that thing for 2 years, and he only came up with 2 pages.
Oh, the new one's gonna be based on Shadowdark, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Kind of like Chubby's.
Yeah. So I haven't really followed his stuff on regarding the Kickstarter for the new one. I'll take a look at it out of form's sake because I need another rule set.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what we are the market, man. We're all DMs.
Yeah. I like the I mean, I think one of the strongest things about that one and like and Shadowdark and a few of the other systems is it's kind of got the implied setting about it, and so it's going to these sort of things work with a certain scenario or a certain type of adventure, a certain kind of attitude or however you want to put it, versus a more like some of the modern games or some of the more I don't know, more narrative games or something like that. Because you can kind of look at it how just how stuff is kind of printed, the font they use, the layout, kind of the terminologies you use. Like, okay, we are in our we're one step off of Warhammer RPG, or Grimdark or something like that. Another one I've got. Ugh. I don't know if either you guys have it, but I've got Sickest Witch from.
I haven't seen that one.
Justin.
I'm familiar with it, but
I've supported a couple of one or two of his projects in the past, and it's again, I don't. It's one of those ones I don't know if I'll play, but it's one of those ones that my players will run into these witches at one time or another, probably because it's the same thing. It's like. And actually, Professor DM mentioned it in one of his recent videos too. But basically, it's your resource management you're a coven of witches, basically going out and doing your things in the, in the forests and stuff. And the resource management is you use preserved organs for your spell casting.
Entrails, huh? And stuff.
And so, it's got. You just say something like that, and it's okay. Well, I have this entire image of how what these campaigns are like, and how muddy the forests are I'm walking through.
Yeah,
there's a term for that, for divining from entrails spreading out.
Yeah,
but I don't remember what it's called. It's
right. Yeah, I know what you're. Yeah, I know what you're looking.
Seems like it would be a handy piece of information to.
Right.
And
they probably actually one of those. I'm sure that at least one of the spells probably actually references that.
It's probably scrying, right? It's a scrying.
Yeah, it's a scrying type thing.
Entrails.
And it's different organs are used for different spells. So if you don't have an eye or whatever, you can't cast X, and if you don't have a heart, you can't cast like Cure Wounds or something like that. Yeah. So, and it's got quite a bit of flavor, shall we say?
And the graphics are really.
Yeah, and the art and the illustration. The author did all the art and basically one man shop on all this stuff and turned it into a pretty solid piece of.
Now, is that a print on demand or is that?
This one was kickstarted, but
Okay.
you can I believe it's out on POD for through the.
Is it drive through or Lulu or? Yeah. I have to say, this book here came. I mean, he actually shipped this right to me. I think it came. I think it was printed through Lulu. I think that's where Tom uses. If I remember correctly, I think he likes to use Lulu because he ordered a whole bunch of them, and he actually shipped them to people instead of, normally like a lot of them, Shadowroom, they will print on demand. They have to print it. God only knows where they're printing it. In this case, apparently, it was printed in Nevada. There's a printing facility here in Tennessee that I know I've gotten stuff from, but that was not one of them. That was not the one I got it from. So, but so they had to ship it from across the country instead. It's all good.
We have RPG Grandma here tonight. I know I see her on a lot of other live streams. Thanks for stopping by.
Look at that. She knows. She nailed it too.
Kind of cool to see her joining us for the evening here. Appreciate your visit.
Yeah.
What else? I think we're about wrapped up. I can't think of anything else worth talking about on a Monday night. I wish we would have played, but we will play next Monday. We'll have the
Yeah.
other guys back. We may even add another player to the mix and try to play with 5. But we'll be playing Shadowdark, and we'll be playing that Tom Wilson adventure. Pulled up a couple of times. What was it called? The Crumbling Mound of.
The Crumbling Keep of Khashmur.
There it is, the Crumbling Keep of Khashmur. Bum bum bum, bum bum bum, bum bum bum, bum bum bum. Yeah, that joke got old. It's all right. All right, well, guys. Hey, Vance, glad you're back. It's good just to visit and talk with you again.
Good to meet you, Vance.
Yeah, the warden gave me a bit of a break. I've been on good behavior, so I got a little bit of screen time. So
I
yeah,
find that hard to believe, but I'm glad you're here anyway.
yeah,
whatever,
thanks.
Whatever
Yeah.
led to it.
All right. So I guess we'll detail. Everybody's going to work on their characters, and we're going to run through them probably in the next.
Second level Shadowdark characters.
Right, and
First roles are open.
backstory is 3 to 12 pages. Was that what you were asking for?
Backstory, yeah, you're level 2, so you did a couple
Grandma.
of things and got it. Yeah, hi RPG Grandma. One of these years I'll get you on too. I'm gonna get everybody on my show. I love all you guys.
Well, everybody, y'all have a good night. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back next Monday night. Come see us 7 p.m. Central. Appreciate hanging out with you guys.
8 p.m.
Thanks.
Eastern. We'll see you guys.
8 Eastern, and I don't know what is that, like 2:30 in the afternoon, Vance, out where you are in Hawaii.
Yeah, something like that for me.
Something
Yeah,
like that. Out in the Aleutians.
about 5ish. Yeah.
You're not one of those that one place that's like 15 minutes and so many hours off?
Right.